Dreamland by Jonas Schmidt. I Miss You by Love Lee. Funky Souls by Amaria. Polaroid by Extends. Dreams by Fireflies. Dolce Vita by Payrouse. Birds by Scandinavians. Fantasy by Declan DP. Lioness Instrumental by Dayfox.
Hey Susan, half of America has told Summer Wells' story, but do you hear it again? The whole world has heard Scott Peterson's story, but other people tell it, don't they? Please leave. Oh, I'm sorry, I kicked you out already. My bad. Alright, welcome. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And this one's a doozy. This is a big one. I want to thank Stop Animal Cruelty for bringing me this case. I did some deep diving into it last night. It is intense. It is probably one of the, how do you say, one of the most stupid quadruple homicides, in the sense that there was no reason for it. There was literally no reason for it other than some guy who seemingly is a good guy, and I'm going to get to all that, seemingly is a good guy, and got involved with meth and totally killed a whole family that he knew nothing about. But I'm going to get to all that. Hey, Jay. So let me say hi to everyone. What's up, everyone? Welcome, Patreons, members, future Patreons, former Patreons, members, haters, lurkers, everyone in between. If you love me and you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. You can become a member through YouTube or through here. And you can donate through PayPal or Streamlabs if you're familiar with Streamlabs and how to do it. Very simple. Same thing as PayPal, better than Super Chat, because with Streamlabs I get like 99%, whereas Super Chat they take 40% or 45 now or something. So that's where we're at. What's up, Monica? What's up, Nikki? Hey, White Lotus. All right. So there's a lot to cover, so let's get right down to it. Let me pull up my notes. All right. One thing I want to start out with, because when the sheriff from Polk County was doing the report, the press conference, I don't know why I couldn't think. Maybe because I'm on 2 hours of sleep. But when he was doing the press conference, they heavily stress the fundraiser that they're doing. Let me drop the link for that. Okay. So here's the link for the Polk County Sheriff's Office. If you want to donate to this, you go to where is it? All right. For some reason I can't find it. Oh. Polk Sheriff's Charities, maybe? I don't know. I'll find it after. But what happened was the Sheriff's Department had, no, it's actually 11 bullet holes. The Sheriff's Department has put, there's 2 GoFundMes. They said there's 3, but one of them is sketchy. And they put together a 100% donation to the family of the 11-year-old girl that survived. So, all right. Yeah, I agree with that, Jay. Absolutely agree with that. All right. So let me pull up. All right. So that guy right there is our suspect who actually admitted to everything that he did. All right. So it happened last week on Sunday. 33-year-old Brian Riley took the life of 4 innocent people that he didn't even know. He left an 11-year-old girl in ICU. Riley claims he did it because of his PTSD, but experts say that that's impossible, that PTSD would never, have you kill all these people and just wipe them out. I mean, he literally did not even know them. He had no idea who they were. It was like such a weird thing. And he also admitted once he was arrested to be on methamphetamine. Brian had no idea who the family was. He just randomly picked a home in his delusional state. Cops have tried to investigate any kind of connection between the 33-year-old Brian and the family that he killed. Even the last update, which was 3 days ago, absolutely did not know them. There was no connection. The family happened to be outside at the wrong time. Brian was a Marine, very respected Marine. There has been, again, no connection. So what happened was about 7:20 Saturday evening, cops received a phone call from the area of North Lakeland, which is in Florida, Polk County, about a strange guy in an unknown vehicle that seemed pretty shady. North Lakeland is a combination of rural and suburbia. But what's interesting is that the cops, when he was originally called, they, just figured that it was some shady guy. What they learned later is that not only was it just some shady guy, but he was picking up stuff from a friend for hurricane relief. And when he was on his way back, something caught his eye about this guy mowing the lawn. And because this guy caught his, attention, he started talking to him. And all of a sudden, he had this vision that this guy was a sex trafficker for absolutely no reason. Now, meth can do that to you. But the cops were called due to gunshots. They were about 10 minutes. By the time they got there, a suspect had already left the scene. Witnesses say the guy told him, witnesses who ended up being the man that was killed, that God sent him here to speak to one of his kids named Amber. The guy said, "I'm sorry, there's no one here by the name of Amber." The guy wouldn't leave, and he finally saw some guy out. The guy was outside mowing his lawn. He walked over. He said again, "Can I help you?" The guy said, "Look, God sent me here because Amber's going to commit suicide." Now, this guy's a fairly big guy. This is not somebody that is I think it was the drugs. It's not a typical, very, small, meek man. Like, this was a Marine. He was big. So, I forgot. Hold on. Okay. So the guy said, "Can I help you?" And he was convinced that this guy was, the father of a sex trafficker. He was a sex trafficker. The 11-year-old was standing outside just playing with her dad. So the guy kind of felt weird. He didn't seem right. So he went and got the mother-in-law in from the house and was like, "Hey, can you please tell this guy there's nobody by the name Amber here?" So said, "Okay, nobody here by the name Amber." The guy was really pissed off, ended up leaving. But he was like really frustrated and aggravated when he left. So 9 hours later, cops in the area happens to hear two gunshots. Hold on, I lost my place. There's no one here by the name of Amber. All right, 9 hours later, cop in the area hears two automatic gunshots. He doesn't know where it is, where it's coming from. All around the time this is going on, 911 is blowing up with calls about having an active shooter in the area. At 4:22 a.m., a lieutenant arrives and sees a truck on fire. Notices glow sticks and like a path from the street to behind the house. Also notices a man in full camouflage. They see the guy who runs in the house, but they don't see the guns. They hear a woman screaming, baby crying, and the police go in, force their way in. The door is blocked. They go around back. Finally, they get in. There's a man in full camo. There's a shootout. Cop was shot, so on and so forth. I'm going to get into more detail of that in a minute. Cops begin to lay down fire. Lots of cops. Lots of police are coming in. Helicopters are there. Suspect comes out, hands up, surrenders. After he surrenders, cops go into the house to see what took place, and there they find an 11-year-old girl trying to get the police attention that she was very hurt. One of the cops rushes into the house, and this 11-year-old girl has 7 bullet holes in her, or so they thought. It's actually 11. She was immediately reported to Tampa Hospital. Suspect is injured. They get him to the hospital. Lakeland police questioned him on the way to the hospital. He admits on being on meth. They said his statements were extremely bizarre. Cops back at the scene secure it. The 11-year-old told them there were 3 more people in the house that were dead. Turns out 40-year-old Justice Gleason, which was her father, his 33-year-old stepmom, her mother, and a 3-month-old baby girl. So the 11-year-old was named Aubry Gleason. She suffered 11 gunshot wounds and a broken leg. when the rest of her family was shot to death during this home invasion. He also shot the family dog twice. When they asked him, was the family dog doing anything wrong? Like, was he aggressive? The guy was like, nope, not at all. Okay, why'd you shoot him? He was a Marine. He did 4 years of service in Iraq in 2009. In Afghanistan, 2009 to 2010, he was a sharpshooter. He also worked as a bodyguard. The dog's name, the catch with the dog's name was Diogi. I don't know if you guys know anyone with the name Diogi. I do. And what the police said is that that dog specifically was actually named after a police dog that was killed in the line of duty. So the girlfriend, this is where there's like a spin on this. The girlfriend of the suspect, had been with her for 4 years. She said he had never been violent. Last week, he had worked at a church in Orlando, came home stating that he is now directly speaking to God. As most girlfriends do, she kind of blew him off, like, whatever, like, please. But she just kind of blew it off, whatever. Then he told her that God told him to go help the hurricane relief people, and that he was buying all these hurricane relief items so that he can help hurricane relief. She said he came home, he was getting more and more erratic, and bought like $1,000 worth of cigars for hurricane relief victims. So he came home Saturday evening and he told her the story that he saw a man on a lawnmower, and God gave him this vision while he looked at this man that this guy's daughter was going to commit suicide, and this guy's daughter was named Amber. So he kept stressing as he's telling his girlfriend the story. So his girlfriend is like, okay, not knowing what to say, has no idea what to say, and just is thinking, yeah, this is a little weird. So his girlfriend says, after like she gets fed up, she's like, yeah, you're not talking directly to God, so let's just give it up. And he left and he went to bed. I'm sorry, he left, she went to bed. She said she woke up around 6 a.m., saw his cell phone, grabbed his dad, saw him on her cell phone, like Life 360, grabbed his dad, went down to the police, showed the police where he was. He does have a concealed weapons license, so he was, able to carry a gun. Sick part is he has absolutely zero criminal history. Zero. Nothing. The man has never been in trouble. Upstanding citizen, upstanding Marine. Could not believe what was going on. So as Brian is interviewing with the police, he's very calculated. He's trying to convince the cops that he's got a mental illness. This is not so new. I've heard this a lot. That, people that are mentally ill, and even ones that aren't, they want to claim the insanity plea. They want to say, they're so mentally ill, so they're calculated in the way that they're talking to the police. They end up being very, very calculated in how they're going to do this. So as the police find back at the house, they find multiple shell casings, different weapons. They know that he had more than one weapon. Not like he went haywire on one weapon. You're welcome, Violet. He had multiple weapons. State attorney has spoke and also said that there was no motive, and thankfully no cops were killed. There was a witness, though, that places Brian picking up hurricane relief victims. This is what I was saying at the beginning. That was around 7:10 p.m. Sometime on his way out of town is where he saw the victim mowing the lawn. The 11-year-old girl was also in the yard while her dad was mowing the lawn. The mother-in-law told the guy to leave. He said, if you don't leave now, we're going to call the police. Well, he didn't want to call the police, but he did leave very, very angry. And he felt that the victim was being kind of like that he was holding back, that this Amber is going to commit suicide. So he then told him, look, God told me to kill everybody. This is what he told the police. God told me to kill everybody and save Amber. So in his confession, he said that he had to kill everyone and save Amber. Police obtained video of exactly how it went down that night. And it seems that at 1 a.m., he left in a black F-150 with a shoulder bag. And according to Brian, he went back up to the victim's house. He went back outside the house in the moonlight and was at the beginning of his execution path. He repositioned his truck. This is really interesting, though. He repositioned his truck 3 times so he could have a fast departure. He located 3 entrance points. He prepared his diversion and exit strategy. He slashed tires and set a truck on fire, all so the victims couldn't leave. He also set up, and I mean, this to me is not someone who's mentally ill, but he also set up the glow sticks from the street all the way into the house. Not only one so he can see it, but also if Amber wanted to leave and run, she would know how to get out of the house. This is his delusional mind. But this is also somebody with no criminal history. So I really believe this is what drugs did. I've seen people on drugs, on meth specifically, see things that are just not there. And believe things that are just not there. So he repositioned his truck. He did the glow sticks to the next house. So he couldn't find his way out. So he could find his way out, or Amber. And these are all the delusions in his head. There was no victim of his sex crimes. He doused the vehicle on fire. He set the truck on fire as a diversion. The truck wouldn't ignite. He took breaching tools through the grandmother's apartment in the back, because there was like 2 apartments set up. You had the main house, then you had grandma's apartment in the back. So went through... shot through the windows. That's the truck that went on fire. And you'll see in the pictures as well, the window that he blew out. He was allegedly looking for Amber. He shot a whole magazine towards the victim. Then, in his words, he had a reset. To start my methodical search for Amber in the main house by shooting out or breaking out the back door, I had to push through. I had to move out of the fatal funnel. It was the main hallway through the main house. So in his mind, he is somewhere else. He's thinking he's in war again. He's thinking he's there. That's where the PTSD mixed with the drugs is going to big time play an effect in his mind. So he saw the victims. He said, look, God told me I was protected. I moved to the bedroom. I shot the dog twice. Dog wasn't even attacking. Then I cleared the hallway. This is his own words and his own confession. I shut the door. Then I entered the bathroom. The bathroom is where the whole family was hiding. He shot and killed Justice, which was the man. He killed the woman who was holding the 3-month-old baby and shot both of them together. And everyone was in the bathroom. He then took the 11-year-old from the bathroom into the living room. The 11-year-old said, look, I'm not Amber. I know you think I'm Amber. I'm not Amber. And he said to her, 3, 2, 1, boom, and shot her in the thigh. How this 11-year-old was so smart to do what she did, I have no idea. You know, people that believe in God will tell you that it was an act of God. I'm not a believer in God, but it was an act of something. Somebody was saving her from dying. She tried doing something. He then shot her again. He then shot her a 3rd time and tortured her for the time that they were together. This little girl played dead. He thought he executed her, but he didn't. She was playing dead until she can get help. How she did this, knowing and watching that her whole family was just wiped out. And she was able to keep calm long enough to play dead. That is unbelievable. I don't know if I could do that, let alone an 11-year-old. So kudos to her for being able to do that. He tortured her. He said, he asked her, do you know why I killed your parents? And she was like, no. And he said, because they're sex traffickers. And then he shot her again. He then said, when she wouldn't tell me, he kept asking where Amber was. She said, I don't know who Amber is. And then I eliminated her. So this girl played him because she outsmarted him. She plays dead until help came. He got to the hospital and tried to take he tried to take one of the police guns. That didn't work. So then when he confessed to what he did on Sunday morning, they said and I don't know if you follow Grady at all, the sheriff, but he's done some pretty good press conferences. There's been a lot of shit that went on in Polk County. They said it was the single most extensive crime scene they have worked ever. 5 deputies were shot. Cops shot 59 times. The mass murderer shot in excess of 100 times. The 11-year-old was interviewed by police, and how she survived this, I have no idea. She is currently in intensive care. She didn't know all the gunshots she received. They know she has 7 bullet holes in her hand, shot in hand, legs, thigh, and abdominal cavity. So it could be 7 bullet in and then out. Because a couple of things I read, it said that she was shot 11 times. So I have a feeling that some of those were in, out. So, yeah, how she's alive, I don't know. He thought he left her for dead. He exits the house unarmed and was taken into custody. Suspect asked God if a 12-year-old could be involved in sex trafficking. And, of course, God told him yes. So that's when he killed her, thinking that, she was dead. So the sheriff is looking for donations for the hospital bills and for the family. 100% of the donations will go to the family. Polk Sheriff Charities. That's where you want to donate. Polk Sheriff Charity drop down for the quadruple homicide. Last update, she is in intensive care. She did give a statement, though. She's had, I believe, 3 surgeries so far, or 4 surgeries, but she will survive. They're saying that she is going to survive. She was smart enough to do this. And like I said, the sheriff said that anything that's donated through this Polk County sheriff is going 100% to the family. I haven't really seen cops do this too often, so I think it's safe to say that it's pretty legit, and that, the sheriff's telling you basically do it through them. I know that the GoFundMe, one raised $18,000, one raised $13,000. They said a third one is kind of sketchy. So 4 surgeries, okay. So that's the story. I mean, I'm just blown away that this little girl survived. I can't believe that she survived that, or even had enough sense to just play dead. But yeah, I mean, this was a total wrong place at the wrong time. And they didn't even do anything. Like, this guy was just mowing his lawn. And the scary part is, this could be any of us. You have no idea who's knocking at your door. You're outside playing with your kids. You have no idea who's walking down the street. They may not live in your neighborhood, and you could live in the best neighborhood ever. You just don't know. And that's a scary feeling, because it's crazy to think that it could be anybody. It could be any one of us. That's scary. Me neither, Lacey. But, when you hear the story and you think, oh my God, like, all this guy did was just mowing his lawn outside. And who would have think that this guy would have come back and blown his whole family up? It's insane. Absolutely insane. Now, as far as an update, there is none yet, but let me also get that link for Polk Sheriff Charities. Charities. All right. Here, hold on.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Grady Judd. As you know, over Labor Day weekend, on Sunday morning at 4:20 in the morning, a evil man committed a mass murder when he charged into a house and killed 4 people, including a 3-month-old baby. In addition to that, he tortured and shot an 11-year-old little girl as many as 7 times. Now, in a blink of an eye, there are funerals to pay for. There are hospital bills and other associated costs that this family didn't even expect. Other family members are rushing to their aid. It's total devastation. You know, if a lot of people gave just a little money, we can help them out. We can make a major difference in their life when things are at its very worst. We have the greatest community ever. Please consider making a donation and helping these folks. This is a great country, a great state, and a great county. I know you'll come through for us. Take care.
I mean, like, it's not too often you see a cop do that for one case. So that's why I'm like, they must really be hurting for a cop to do that, because that's just not something you see very often. You know what I mean? I love this sheriff, but to be honest with you, there's a lot of shit that goes on in this county. I would never live there. Hell no. But that's the thing, Johnny. He wasn't emotionally stable for a long time. His girlfriend said until he went to this church in Orlando, he was never like this. So it makes me think that, you know what? He's a, what you call it? It was the drugs. That's what I think. I think it has to be the drugs. But yeah, it's one place I would never live, is Central Florida. Hell to the no. Alright. Where is that damn link? Ah, there it is. Alright. You make a donation on the sheriff's site, and then it says, please direct my support quadruple homicide victims. And if anybody wants to donate, there's the link. It's really sad. Damn, I did all that in under 30 minutes. Sounds like he's always got his hands full. That's true. He does. He's done some pretty intense cases. I don't know how she survived either. Forget a trial, just put a bullet in his head. I'll agree with that, Patriot. I definitely will. See, it's stories like this. I'm going to get more into uploads than I am going live about it. Because there's really not much more information on it. But this is why I said I was going to pull away from doing lives. I was going to pull away from doing lives on this channel and do more uploads. Oh, he was on drugs. He admitted to being on meth. I was getting my nails done. He admitted to being on meth. And that's that. It's crazy, though. So you guys have any questions about it? I was studying it pretty intently. Yeah, he was. Hey, Fatima, thank you. I know I haven't been on this channel in like 2 months. I think my last video was before Phoenix got hurt. What? The name Amber sounds to me like it's associated with Amber Alerts. You think? It really is a sad case. But like I said, there's no follow-up yet. I don't have any follow-up yet. Was he still an active member? No. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing new. But he was a respected, he really was a respected Marine. He had honorable discharge after 4 years, but that was from serving in, Afghanistan. And it's just crazy to me. And it's really sad. So, any other questions? I want to see something, though. Hold on. So I was looking for another, hey Yarn, I was looking for another big thing by Sheriff Grady. They did a drug bust in July 22nd where they arrested 29 people over a 16-month undercover operation. Issued arrest warrants for 3 others related trafficking, sale, and possession of illegal drugs. Crazy. You're welcome, Fancy Pants. I believe it was the drugs. I really do. I've witnessed people who were on methamphetamine that literally see things that aren't there. They believe things that never happened. I've seen it firsthand. It's sick. It's a serious, serious drug that nobody should fuck with. And it's, once you're hooked on it, good luck getting off of it. It's a tough one to get off of, for real. You're welcome. And again, I know I don't normally go live during the day. And I know this was like an offshoot, but I knew I wasn't getting much sleep last night. But I had other things to do today. And I'm waiting for my wax, but I wanted to bring it to you guys. You missed the beginning. But like I said, I'm going to start doing more uploads on crime than lives. Because that's kind of what started my channel, was doing uploads. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So if you guys have nothing else, I'm going to shut down and put the dishes away, because that's always fun. And I'm trying to get my friend on my channel later. Please cover more crime again. I am Violet. I promise you I am. I said as soon as Phoenix gets better, which he's still not better yet, but when I saw this story, quadruple homicide, that's kind of right up my alley. But I don't know. The crime and live thing with me doesn't work too well. It just, I think I'd rather go back to uploads for true crime. Because you can do more with editing. You can do more. There's, you could throw in, I don't know. It's just more creative. Look up Fox 13 Tampa Bay on YouTube. Scherzer's on there with a lot of news. Oh, yeah, he is. That's where I'm on now. That's why I saw the drug bust. Oh, weather.
Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we are watching Tropical Storm Nicholas in the western Gulf of Mexico, basically sitting right on the coastline or just off the coast of southeastern Texas.
Banjo.
Rain bands have already worked their way on shore, and this is a slow-moving system and somewhat of an erratic kind of acting system. We've watched this center of circulation forming and dissipating and reforming in other places, so a lot of little strange twists going on with this system, but overall what this is going to be is just a huge rain event for the coastline of Texas heading up into Louisiana over the next several days. We're talking 8 to 16 inches of rain, and some areas up to 20 inches of rain is possible with this. There you see some of the rain bands, Corpus Christi stretching back up towards Houston, over towards Beaumont as well, with some of the rain working its way on shore. And there is more of it. Notice, if you watch real closely, in the beginning part of the loop, there was a center of circulation down in this direction. You can kind of see, it just kind of falls apart. It looks like a center might be forming a bit further on towards the north and the northeast. That's what's been going on with this, is these centers forming, dissipating, then you see more of a mid-level center starting to reform with it. So that's why sometimes we talk about this. Every one of these systems, they all have their unique ways and their weird characteristics. So right now, Tropical Storm Nicholas, winds are at 60 miles an hour. It's still possible that we're going to see a little bit more strengthening with this, and it's still possible this becomes a minimal hurricane before making landfall, but still.
This is going to be a full-blown hurricane, and it's going to wipe out Texas. No, I'm just kidding. But whenever they say it's nothing, it usually turns into something. That I've noticed. Yarn, you've been late all day. All right. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, I will start doing more uploads. I promise you guys I will get back into more true crime. I've worked too hard on this channel to let it slide, and I couldn't help it because of Phoenix. So for those of you guys that don't know, my son was very hurt like 10 weeks ago, and he's still recovering. So I took a hold on research or anything like that because I just didn't have the time. So, but now I'm going to get back into it, and I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.